my soul. I'm saying yes, Lord. Completely, yeah. And my soul, it says yes, Lord. It says yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. From my bottom to the depths of my soul. Oh, yes, Lord. Completely. How many souls are saying yes, Lord? I said yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, hey, hey, from the bottom to the depths of my soul, oh, hey, yes, Lord, completely, yes, my soul, my soul. From the bottom of my heart to down, I love you completely. Say it one more time. Somebody say yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. From the bottom of my heart to the depth of my soul, yes, Lord, completely, yeah, yeah. My soul said yeah, my soul said yeah, yeah. My soul, say yeah. Yes, Lord. Oh. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Listen, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul. Yes, Lord. I'm going to preach on a little something today that everybody ain't going to want to go here. I'm preaching it for everybody, but everybody don't want what I'm talking about today. Revelation, the 8th chapter. I'm going to start with verse 1. What is that? Yes, Lord. Amen. And when he had opened the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of an hour. We're going to find out how you get silence in heaven. And I saw 7 angels which stood before God, and they were given 7 trumpets. So I'm giving the angels trumpets. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer. And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. So when the saints begin to pray, the angels begin to send up incense with the prayer. So God can't say he ain't heard them because they come up with a sweet smelling savor. They come up with incense. Somebody say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Offer up the prayers of the saints upon the golden altar which is before the throne. They said the golden altar is right before the throne. Yeah. So God is collecting prayers and they're going up with a sweet smelling savor. Yeah. And every prayer that you pray all the time are good. Some prayers you praying deliver me. Some prayers you praying to help me. Some prayers you praying, Lord, I need thee. And the angels are sending them up with incense. He making them, they take it and making them smell good. They take it and bring them up for God. And God can't do nothing but love them. Let me go down and help them. Let me go down and spare them. Let me go down and give them grace. Let me go down and show them mercy. And with those prayers, he said there was smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints. Somebody missing the words. He said the prayers of the saints. Not the sinner's prayer, but the prayer of the saints. And there's wrong with the sinner praying. But the saint got a little, they got a little something backing them. Ascending up before God out of the angel's hand. Wait a minute, God, you done heard our prayer. Now incense is coming up out of the angel's hand. That means the more you pray, the more the angels got to swing their hand. You get that fire hot, they just swing it. We got to keep, and the Bible said he was giving them much incense. I'm telling some of us ain't used all our incense. They got so much incense that it said Jesus prayed sometime till his sweat was like drops of blood. That's a 24-hour prayer. That's 48-hour prayer. That's just praying all the time. And the angel took the censer and filled it with the fire of the altar and cast it into the earth. Yeah. And there was voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And the seven angels, which had the seven trumpets, prepared themselves to sing. They're getting ready to sing. The hand title today, I call it Fervent Prayer. Somebody ain't ready for this. I'm going to preach some stuff that you might say, wait a minute, I got to back away a little bit because I don't want all that. But something God has prepared for us, I have prepared a table for you. And the table that he prepared is in the presence of your enemy, but your enemies ain't the only one there because he prepared the table no matter who's there. But the enemies just so happen going to be there and they're going to see it. You may be seated. Thank you, Jesus. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Amen. So God has got a way. And the way he's got, it ain't no getting by. Come on, preach out. And he's got blessed assurance. He got assurance that I heard your prayer. Yeah. Some of us, we backslide before we ever get the answer. All right, come on. Some of us backslide because we said, God said, but it ain't happened. God said that it's going to happen. You might as well bank on it. I don't care how it looks. I don't care what you're going through. If he said it, you might as well wait. It might not look like it. You might count him out already. But I'm telling you, I'm still yet holding on. James chapter 5, verse 16. Go ahead, preacher. Confess your faults one to another, and pray one for another that ye may be healed. The effectual, fervent, the fiery prayer of the righteous man availeth much. James happened to know something about prayer that y'all don't know yet. He happened to know about something about prayer that sometimes we don't understand. He happened to know that when we begin to pray, it's some shaking be going on in the building. When we begin to pray, angels begin to walk around. When we begin to pray, God sent them, and the Bible said that they dwell Lord, I don't know if you listening or not. And God said, I hear you, and I got smoke coming up. It's smoke going up in the heavens. I'm going over to Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Verse 10.
What is that?
Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Look at verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, the chief prince, the power, the rule, principality, jurisdiction. They got jurisdiction, superhuman authority. They delegated influence. They got strength. Don't think that the devil is a punk. He is a punk, but when it comes to the flesh, he's a punk. So he said, when you think you're going to fight the devil with your flesh, I seen movies and things before where the devil come in and get to hunting people, and they get to cussing them out, they going to win like this. Oh, no, you ain't. And then they bring in the Catholic priest to throw a little holy water and to dangle a little cross in front of their face. I had walked around people, and they said, brother, I'm a Christian. And they bumped their shirt open, and I see a cross. They said, see that? You didn't know I had that, did you? That cross don't mean nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, Jesus got all the cross. You better learn to call on his name. You better learn about the blood of Jesus. You can walk around with the cross all you want. You can call the name of Jesus. You can anoint people with oil. But if you ain't got the Holy Ghost, you ain't got no authority. You ain't one of the saints. Your prayer ain't fervent. You better get what it said, like it said God said get. Don't show me you're a Christian. Prove. God said prove all things. He said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Principalities means the prince. He the chief. He said of this world. He's got jurisdiction in this world. So he said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. But if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You can say you love God all you want, but you're a liar if you love the world. I walk around people and they say, I love God. I said, no, God loves you. But you don't love God. The scripture said, if you love the world, if you don't know what loving the world is, whatever you see them doing, don't do it. Whatever they listening to, don't listen to it. Whatever they wearing, don't wear it. Whatever they eat, don't eat it. And I guarantee you be doing what God said do, and you be doing less what the world doing. People say, I want my own identity. I don't know what year it was that the guys come showing the new cleavage, wearing the pants all down here, and I had to sit on the seat behind them. They sitting on their nasty underwear. They get up and you got to get in the bus behind them. You got to go sit down behind these old filthy guys. And then you ask these girls, you say, is that what you like? No, but that's all they got, they said. You say, all that stuff. That ain't all that stuff. Get yourself in church. Get you a Holy Ghost filled man. Somebody got their pants up. They put a belt around their waist. They got something going on for God. I got my own identity. You ain't got your own identity. God got an identity before us. He said you're not your own. You're bought with a price. These girls will start dressing in modest apparel. If you don't know what that is, long, loose clothes. Come on. Right. Amen. Now you got confidence. So he said, we fight not against the. I want you to know now, because we're in prayer. And in prayer, we ain't fighting flesh and blood. That's right. We fight against principalities and powers. That's the old devil himself. We fight against distractions. We fight against trickery. We fight some things that come upon us. You ride down the road and all of a sudden something pop in your head. And it's been now for 30 minutes. You don't even know how it got there. You just been dwelling on it. And you say, wait a minute, devil, I rebuke you. I pray the blood of Jesus. You done send a trick. You done send stuff. And even the devil sends stuff to your mind. Sometimes he don't know what you're thinking. But your expression changes. And you begin to act it out. And he says, yeah, I got him. I got him. And all of a sudden you got to catch yourself and say, wait a minute, what's going on? Because we fighting against trickery. But he said the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day. Then he said, and having done all to stand. And I'm fixing to do a series on the armor, but I want to start right here with prayer. He said, when you've done all to stand is histamai. It's to abide, continue. It's the covenant. It's to deal with the problem. It's to present. When you've done all to stand, it's to hold up, it's to lay, it's to still. Whatever God spoke, you stand right now. You're going to have some friends that's going to walk out on you, but you got to stand right now. You're going to have some family going to say, that ain't God, but you got to stand right now. You got to make sure that your closest relative, when they come up against you, wait a minute, I know what God said. When you've done all to stand. Don't just stand. Therefore stand. Having your whole armor of God. Put on the armor of God, because what you wrestle with is not flesh and blood. It might look like Brother Tony, but it didn't start with Brother Tony. It started in the atmosphere. It started in the media. It started in the airways. It started on a television program. It started on his wife. Somebody began to talk to him. The devil began to put up some things. He began to orchestrate things. You don't understand when somebody come to you and say, look, she said that you was, before they ever came to you, the devil had already orchestrated. He said, wait a minute, you can't keep this. You got to go tell her what they said about him. He orchestrated, and you going to fight her. But this ain't where it happened at. It happened in the atmosphere where the devil had orchestrated. He said, I know where to get them. I know somebody that ain't going to be able to hold what they said. I know somebody I can get the gossip. I know somebody I can get to break up. I know somebody that'll talk. You don't think that you're a gospel and the devil don't know? And he knows just which one to get. He knows just which buttons to push. But when you begin to pray, come on, Pastor. When you get past those distractions, there's some things happen. That's why the book of Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, God said, them that seek to know me, he said, I will reveal myself. Yeah. During this 40 days of prayer, it's some things that's fixing to happen. It's some things already going on that some folks don't know about. Amen. And some people going to back away, like I said, from this message. Because they don't want all this. The Lord give me strength not to back up. Amen. John 10 and 10, it said, the thief cometh but to steal, kill, and destroy. If you don't want to hear no more of this message, you better cut me off right now.
Preach, Pastor, preach. Preach the word, Pastor.
He cometh but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's funny. That you dead and you ain't destroyed yet. Come on. He said he cometh but to steal. And what he started doing, he started stealing things. He started stealing your prayer life. Started stealing your joy. Started stealing your peace. Things that you used to love about God, you don't love it no more. Things that you used to cherish about God, you don't cherish it no more. He started stealing things. You feel a certain way about your brother and your sister that you didn't feel before. Oh, he's stealing. Come on. Thank you, Lord. Oh, but it's your fault. Oh, no, he's stealing. But you in prayer. And when you start praying, deliverance start happening. When you start praying, something starts happening outside of what the devil, when you really start, I'm talking about a fervent prayer. He doesn't start. When what the devil first does is still communication. When you have no communication, when he gets you to a place where you don't feel worthy to talk to God, he can steal you. He said, put on the whole armor. The first thing he said, having your loins therefore girded about with the truth. He said, I want you to know the truth about the enemy. I want you to know the truth about what God said. We get to a place where we say we know God, but we don't know God. But we press it. Some of us trying to know him. You don't need to try to know God. You need to press to know God. So Daniel, the second chapter. Thank you, Jesus. Daniel, the second chapter, I want you to look at the 19th verse. Oh, we hear it. Daniel said, then was a secret revealed unto Daniel in the night vision. The king had a dream he gonna kill everybody. Yeah. He went back to Shadrach, Meshach in the bed. They going. He said, "Look, help me pray. He gonna kill everybody." He had a night vision. If you don't know what a night vision is, come on. Night vision come from the Hebrew word which was kezo, Z-E-V, vision. It's really spelled with an H, but in the Hebrew it's pronounced Kazu. He had a vision. It was a night vision. And he began, God is dealing with him. Now this is the beginning of what is happening with Daniel. Daniel just got his eyes closed and he's seeing things. Yeah. I don't know if any of y'all been there, but I've been there a lot of times. Got your eyes closed and all of a sudden you start, and you're comfortable with that. And the effectual fervent prayer, he's seeking to know what God is doing. We get to a place where we want things from God. We just want to have visions and dreams and visitations, but that ain't how they come. But when you get to a place where you try, when you pressing to know God, when you pressing, Lord, what's going on in there? When you start praying for Decatur, when you start praying for your schools around you, when you get to a place that you start praying and say, Lord, what's going on with us? Yeah. Why, oh Lord Jesus, are we in captivity? Why, oh Lord Jesus, are we giving, oh Lord Jesus, and we're coming up short? Why is it, Lord Jesus, that we worship, Lord, like you said, oh Lord Jesus, but it seems like to no avail? What's going on? Why are your people in captivity, Lord? Why are sons and daughters backsliding and leaving, oh Lord Jesus? Why are they going astray, Lord Jesus? When you begin to pray, this is what Daniel began to do. He began to seek God, and when he began to seek God, you got to realize the enemy come in and start knocking stuff down. Boom. Yeah. See, the devil can fool with old tangible stuff. Boom. But when it comes to spiritual stuff, and you got these people, witch doctors and all that, and you think they got power, and the reason you think they got power because you praying and windshield wipers break on your car. They praying and they praying and they put witchcraft on, and you got migraine headache. You walk around the house because you got stuff they done poured out in your yard. And the devil fool with tangible stuff. And this is how he works. And then he'll come in and knock stuff off your dresser. He'll come over and kick over and you all that afraid. But you got a spiritual man in you. Wait a minute. I seen they said a man, a witch doctor took and picked the man up off the ground and laid him across there. He told the preacher, he said, can you do that? He said, no, I can't do that. He said, but I can do this. In the name of Jesus, drop. And the man fell on his face. Oh, yeah, we got power over all the power of the enemy. And not just my enemies are with. So Daniel's in the first stage. Where he's praying and he's seeking to know God's way. Yes. And the Bible called it a night vision. And God began to talk to Daniel. Then Daniel blessed God in heaven because God showed him what he gave him. This is just the first stage. Thank you, Lord. Then, this is all Daniel had was those little night visions. From chapter 2 all the way to chapter 7. In 72, Daniel had another vision. Come on. And this right here was called a kazon. The kazon was a dream. Yeah. The second stage was the dreams. The dreams brought about revelation, and God was showing him things in dreams. Yeah, so now he's showing them all the dreams. We in the second stage now. Yeah. Because we want to know God. This ain't something that we doing to say that we powerful. This ain't something we doing to say, oh, God, talk to me. This is something Daniel was doing. Daniel was seeking to find out God's way. He was seeking to walk with God. Lord, I want to know wherever you going, Lord, I want to follow, oh Lord Jesus. Whatever you saying, Lord, I want to speak it, oh Lord. Whatever you're doing, Lord, I want to hear it, Lord. Whatever you're working in this season, Lord Jesus, I don't want you doing it without me. I want to be a part of it, Lord. I want to know, Lord. I want understanding of you. I'm trying to find out your ways. Yeah. Walk with me. Let me walk. Some of y'all trying to find out the preacher's ways, or the deacon's ways, or the song leader way. But Daniel said, I want to know your way. Come on, Pastor. I want to know your way. I'm putting on the armor now. We're putting on some armor because we're learning to know God's way. We're putting on protection now because you want to know God's way. And I'm telling you right now, when you get, it said Daniel began to put himself, to chasten himself. He began to put himself in a place to say, wait a minute, I can't go bowling no more. I can't go out with my friends like I've been doing no more. I got to love this, like the brother Ashley playing the piano, and sometimes you'll hear him late playing the piano. He practicing all kind of stuff, and everybody else doing all kind, but he practicing. That's the same way it is with God. If you really want to know God, you won't be really playing golf all the time. You won't be watching football game all the time. You won't be throwing parties all the time. You'll make sure when family come in, you in the house of God. Because I'm trying to know God. I know enough about my family. I know enough about all the uproar. I know enough about the drama that they play. But I'm trying to find out about my God. I want to know about him. And this is who Daniel was. The Bible said he turned away from everything. So Daniel having a dream now, and this right here, the Hebrew said is mental. Come on. It's a revelation. Then in Daniel 8, in verse 15, I want to read this because when I looked at it, Holy Ghost hit me and it scared me. That's the way the Lord do it. Hallelujah. And it came to pass when even I, Daniel, had seen the vision and sought the meaning, then behold, there stood before me an appearance of a man. Come on. This vision is a kazon. He said, it stood before me an appearance of man. Yes. And I heard the voice between the banks of Ucana, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. Come on. Daniel thought that he was having a kazon. He thought he was having a dream. And he wanted to know God. Now I want you to notice something. Daniel is looking like he always been doing. Yeah. And I'm having another vision. And I'm seeing God talk. And God is talking to Gabriel. And Daniel is looking. And then all of a sudden God said, Daniel. He told the angel, he said to Gabriel, he said, make this vision known to man. So Daniel looking. Daniel don't know who the man is. Daniel said, so he came near where I stood. I'm in a vision and the angel coming my way. Wait a minute, I'm seeing the whole thing. I ain't got no idea that he coming toward me. I'm thinking that I'm in a whole other kind of vision. Yeah. You walking around here praying and you say, wait a minute, I'm just having a prayer meeting like the rest of the prayer meeting. Oh, I'm speaking in tongues, but you feeling the Shekinah glory. And you feel things crawling on you. You feel like shouting. You feel like you just about to come part at the scene. You feel like a bubble in you and it's about to burst and you don't know what to do with it. It's something going on in your life and you have no idea. I'm just going to let you know what it is. He said, go near. He said, he come near where I was. Then you're having a vision. And all of a sudden, he'll come Gabriel. Coming where he was. And when he came near where I was, he said, I was afraid and I fell on my face. I thought I was just in a regular vision. He said, I fell on my face, but he said unto me, understand, O son, man, for it is time for the end shall be the vision. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep, on my face toward the ground. I can't get up. I hear you talking, but I can't get up. But he touched me and set me upright. Daniel didn't want to sit up. He said, but when he touched me, he set me upright. So I got to sit here, I got to take this. Wait a minute, I was all right with just a mediocre vision. I was all right with just a dream. But you mean I'm in one now and the man coming toward me? You mean I'm in one now? I thought I was just going to peek in on the situation. And God said, look, this man is watching us and he think I don't know what's going on. I know everything going on in your life. Go and talk to him. Let him know that I invited him in. You don't understand. David said in Psalm, he said in Psalm the 64th chapter, the 5th verse, he said, blessed is the man that the Lord chooses and calls to approach unto him. You just don't approach unto God unless he chooses you. You mean you listening in and you think it's a secret meeting? You think you listening in and God don't know what's going on with you? He said, I'll bless it. Go ahead and talk to that man. You just be looking, and all of a sudden the angel walk over and say, come on. Go ahead. This vision is called a Moret. The Moret is another vision. Daniel didn't know what kind of vision he was in. The Moret is when you're walking around and you praying. And when you praying, You bump into something, boom. It's different from a night vision. It's different from a dream. The mirage is an appearance. The mirage has a countenance.
Amen.
All of a sudden, and you might not see it at first. And sometimes you don't never see the mirage, but you'll bump into it. You praying, oh, what was that?
Yeah, lead you in the right direction.
Something come down like a bird, and you feel wings fluttering on you. You don't understand what the mirage is, but all you know is that I'm praying. Somebody else said, well, I'm going to back up from praying. I'm telling you right now. Ain't no sense in backing up now. Because we don't tell them we on the move. We pressing for the mirage. We pressing for the, you done had enough dreams. You done had enough night vision. God is preparing you for the mirage. He's preparing you for the breaking. He's preparing you. But you got to know, he said, from the day you begin to chasten yourself.
Come on. Think about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, check your state.
Look at Daniel 8 and 16.
What is that?
And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Yalel, which called and said, Gabriel, make this man to understand the vision. And he came near where I stood. And he coming near Daniel. Now look at 9 and 21. And he had to set Daniel up. Daniel can't get used to this. 9 and 21. Yea, while I was speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in a vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening. Daniel was looking again, knowing that he couldn't take what he saw. And God took pity on Daniel. So this time Daniel in the vision and the angel see him, and the angel didn't give him time to fall. The Bible said the angel flew to him and touched him.
Thank you, Lord.
Amen.
The first time, Daniel's looking around and he don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the angel he heard a man's voice say, hey, go tell him what we do.
Come on.
And he seen the man come this way. Wait a minute, he coming toward me. Ain't this a dream?
Oh, make it plain.
And he felt like a dead man, but the second time,
Make it plain.
Daniel still ain't able to take it. Wait a minute, I'm here again. This man come near me, I'm a dead man.
Come on.
Boom. Flew into him and touched him.
Yes.
And I'm telling you what, angels can fly pretty fast. Boom. Touched him. Daniel didn't have time to fall dead. But Daniel said everybody around him now. He said they went to the mountains and to the rock. They didn't even see what he seen. They just heard the noise and they went and tried to hide themselves. But Daniel had to stay here. And God said, look, I got to tell you some things. There's some things I want to talk to you about. Oh, he said, yo, you seeking me. You searching me out. You really want to know me? He said, there's some things that I'm bringing on you right now. He said, the world ain't going to understand. But he said, you are beloved. What do you mean, beloved? You seeking to know me. You really want to know me. You chastening yourself. You put everything aside except for what I said. You put everything out of you. You moving toward me.
Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
I don't care what mama does. I don't care what they do. I don't care what brother or sister does. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. I'm pressing toward God. And pressing toward God, he takes you into another atmosphere. He takes you to a higher dimension. He takes you to higher heights and deeper depth. He takes you to places that no man has ever gone. It can't be found in the land of the living.
Amen. Amen.
Then in Daniel 10 and 5, then I lifted up my eyes, and I looked, behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins was girded with fine gold of Euphas. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of the word was like unto a multitude. It was like many waters speaking. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision. This vision, he knew it was a mirage. And the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, so that they fled and hid themselves. Therefore I was left alone and saw a great vision, and there remained no strength in me. For the comeliness was turned into corruption, and I retained no strength. Yet heard I a voice of the words. And when I heard the voice of the words, Then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground. And I fell, and a hand touched me, which set me upon my knees and upon the palms of my hand, and it said unto me, O Daniel, O great beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright. For unto thee I was now sent. I was sent to thee. And when he had spoken this, the words unto me, I stood trembling. Then said he unto me, Fear not, Daniel. For from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were heard, and I have come for thy words. Now, I want to stop right there because we reading in English and we think, okay, God hears our words and here come an angel coming for our words. That ain't what this means in the Hebrew. When he said, I come from thy word, I come to make you understand. You're praying, I come to bring you an answer. You're praying, I come to make you, I come to give you knowledge. I come to give you wisdom. I come to give you understanding. He said, from the day that you begin to chasten yourself, he said, I come. God heard your word already. He said, and I'm coming to send them incense with your prayer. I'm coming to bring them before the altar to incense. God has gave me a vow to send up smoke with your prayer. I come to give you a restitution. I come to make you know. I come to make it known. I come to make you understand.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right on.
He said, but the prince of the kingdom of Persia that was in the atmosphere, we talked about in Ephesians the 6th chapter, the prince of this world. He said the prince of Persia, the devil got Persia. He got the social media. He got the media. He got the airwaves. He got Persia. He got the television program. He got it on lockdown. He is the prince of this world. He got Persia and Grecia. He got him. Withstood me 1 in 20 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes. Now, Michael is a chief prince too. The prince of Persia was a chief. And he said Michael is a chief.
Hey! All right.
So we got two chiefs. And Gabriel is talking. And I remained there with the kings of Persia. Now I am come to make thee understand what shall befall thy people in the latter days. For yet the vision is for many days. And when he had spoken such words unto me, I set my face toward the ground, and I became dumb. I can't take this. The presence was too straight. And behold, one like the similitude of the Son of Man touched my lips. And I opened my mouth, and I spake, and I said unto him that stood before me, O my Lord, by the vision my sorrows are turned unto me, and I have retained no strength. For how can the servant of this my Lord talk with my Lord? For as for me, straightway there remain no strength in me, neither is there breath left in me. Then there came again and touched me one like unto the appearance of man, and strengthened me. He in the presence so long he can't take it. And the angel took on the form of a man. He said he felt more comfortable. I can't take all this that y'all doing. But then he came in, and Daniel's still looking. I know this ain't no man, I know. He said one like the appearance of a man. Came and said, look, let's talk. I know I got some things I got to talk to you about, and I know you're uncomfortable in this situation. I know the presence of God is so strong that you ain't able to take it. So he is a shifted in the atmosphere. God is keep coming. First God came to him, and he didn't even know he was in the vision. The second time he had an angel fly and touch him. The third time he is it, and he's falling he can't take the presence. Then it was the fourth time, and God come and changed it to a man. Hey, let's talk to him. But I still ain't man, I'm still an angel. He said, but I give him the appearance of man so they be able, and I want you to look at this. Verse 20. Then said he, knowest thou wherefore I am come unto thee? Do you know why I come unto thee? Now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. There's some things going on in Persia. There's some things that was prayed. There's some things in the atmosphere. We got some things in the atmosphere here in Atlanta. We got some things in the atmosphere in Decatur. We got some things, brother. It's some work that we got to do. And it's going to take more than what we do. We got to do some praying. We got to do some witnessing. We got to do some talking to people. We got to stir that gift that was in us.
Sound, bridge up.
Amen.
He said, I return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I am gone forth, lo, the prince of Grecia shall come. But I will show thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth. And there is none that holdeth with me and these things. What he's saying, he said, ain't nobody. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We got the prince of the air. We got the prince of this world. He said, but ain't none can hold with me in this matter. He said, but Michael, look what he said, your prince. We got a prince of this world. But God sent us a prince. He said, no matter what is fighting against you, this is your prince. And he said, I'm going to tell you something. You keep on praying. The only thing that's holding up here is your prayer. And your prayer got a stronger than that prince. Your prayer got a stronger than the prince of this world. Your prayer standing with us is stronger than the prince of Persia, than the prince of Greece. You just keep praying. He said, because the only one that's able to stand with me, he said, is Michael. What was the word Michael means? Like a God. It also says like God. What are you saying? He represents God. So everything he's doing is like God. I sent you to bed. He said, Michael and Gabriel, he said, we the only, they ain't got to worry about nothing else. We going to hold as long as you pray. He said, we're going to fortify. He said, Michael is fastened upon me. We season the city. He said, we don't understand. When we get to praying, first thing we're going through is the first heaven, which is all the messenger angels, the guardian angels. Then we get to the second heaven, we got the messenger angels. We get on to the third heaven. And then here we go, we got the cherubims. Fourth, we got the seraphims. Then we got the archangels. Then we got the wild beasts. Then we got he that sitteth on the throne. And all this stuff is happening in this atmosphere. And the devil tried to set up sort of like God's kingdom. But it can't. When we say, well, I don't understand. Elijah began to pray. And the Bible said, look, go tell Ahab it's fixing to rain. And the Bible said he positioned himself. Daniel is praying. And it ain't enough to just pray. But when you ask God for something, you position yourself for it. Amen. And when you've done all you can do, it ain't nothing else you can do. Except get down, he says, stand. Have your loins girded out with the truth. And he positioned himself. And the Bible said he got down in the field position and put his head between his legs because I'm fixing to birth. I'm fixing to birth something in prayer. And he got angels all around him. He might not see them, but they there. There's angels in this place right now. You might not see them, but it's another part of the power, healing, and deliverance ministry that's going on that we don't even know about that's going on in the atmosphere. We went out of town this weekend, Friday, and while we was out of town Friday, I told them, I walked in, and it was freezing. It was, the weather was cold, and we had elders coming out, and we in this little school. And we complained about everything, and all we had was a little hallway. And the guy that owns all this property come up and said, look, we'll build a church. He said, we'll knock walls out of here, whatever we have to do. We went to piling up chairs. And we went to piling them up in the hallway. And I'm talking, we had a long, my wife got videos, so we got a long hallway, and we just sitting up chairs. And I'm talking about the hallway was full. Not only that, we got people calling and saying, next time y'all come down, please let me know. It's people. The thing I'm talking about, it spread abroad just by word of mouth. Just by somebody saying, look, I know what God can do. I know. I think they see it. It ain't just sign. We're going, Paul said, with demonstration of the Holy Ghost. But when we got there, we said, look, we got people in Atlanta that's praying right now. Amen. I sent word to Ashley before we left. Sister Carla said, look, when we get out, I want y'all to be praying. So they're praying. We got this lady, this elder, I took out the car, and she walking just like this right here. She got a little cane with her. Barely making it. And I'm talking, we had to come from the yard, we had to come across the street, we get up in the little school. I had to help up the stairs and wash that hole, and I said, I'm stepping in the hole. So she can't step in the hole, and we get on up the stairs, and we go on in. And all of a sudden, we got this, her Aunt Tam, and her begin to sing and lead song service. Oh, it don't look like this. And Sister Tam got the Holy Ghost the last time we was there. And so her and Amy, they sit up down and they lead songs in the service. Oh, she don't look like us. Oh, no, she first clean the inside of the cup and play the outside of the car. Oh, there's some things that's going on. Oh, yeah, she leads songs. She got the Holy Ghost. And they sit up there and they just sing. And while they singing, all of a sudden, I just felt like, look, let's just have a prayer meeting. I'm just playing, but the word of God began to flow out of me, and I began to preach. And while I'm preaching, I'm looking down in the congregation, and people got tears running down their face. I said, why are we rejecting it, Lord? It's people, a prophet not knowing in his own lane. I'm seeing things happen, and I'm seeing, oh yeah, you got to position yourself. So I'm positioning myself for miracles. I'm positioning myself for signs. People they just begin to cry. And all of a sudden, Paul said why he had spoke, the Holy Ghost fell on them. I went and laid hands on the girl in the front row. She went to speaking in tongues and went to prophetic tongue. And she pointed and just speaking in tongues. Just pointing and just speaking in tongues. And while I'm praying for her, the wife come up and her and the lady that got the Holy Ghost last time, they praying for her. And while I'm praying for her, I walked down to the back and there was a young lady back there in the back. Went to praying for her, tears running down her face. She went to speaking in tongues. I told my wife, there's only two of us. All of a sudden I looked at the guy that owned all the property. I said, look, we ain't got enough folks in here to help work these altars. I said, come on up. He come up and he started praying. Then we went to his sister. She was 70, how old? Somewhere in that area, and we went to her and began to pray, and all of a sudden it looked like she gave up on it. I just walked away, and I went to the lady next to her. I said, I went to pray, and God filled her with the Holy Ghost. She said, I already got the Holy Ghost. She said, see? I said, well, thank you, Jesus. So I went back, and I went to pray for the sister again. All of a sudden, the lady next to her began to speak in tongues, and the Spirit of God gave utterance, and when she went to speak in tongues, the man that owned the property, he ran up, tears running down his face. The lady that sat in front of him, the lady that got the Holy Ghost, it was her mama. She said, I've been praying for God to fill her with the Holy Ghost for 50 years. She said to him, she said today, she said it's fulfilled in my eyes. He said, cried, she cried, the sister cried, and all of a sudden the lady seen her speaking. The lady said, she got up, and she said, brother, she said, will you pray that God heal my legs and fix my hip been gone? And I went to praying. And I told her, I said, come on, let's walk up front. And she started walking up front. While she was walking up front, I seen the change. All of a sudden, my wife hold and I hear it pop. Boom! And when it popped, the lady went, she went, that's it. She went to speaking to God. And when I'm talking about God got a moving in that place. There was like a shaking and a roaring going on. While this was happening, the girl on the front row that got the Holy Ghost, she's still speaking in tongues. She's shouting at this point. That house couldn't come. It couldn't hold them. Anybody, y'all ain't seen the vision here. Come on. This is a part of this ministry. This is the power of healing and deliverance. This is what God is doing, power healing, because we're taking over the atmosphere. Everywhere we go, we're taking it. Everywhere we go, the devil is being defeated. Everywhere we go, the devil has no chance. Everywhere we go, we casting out demons. Now we getting phone calls. Please let me know the next time y'all coming. Oh, we coming Friday after next. Please let me know, because I want to be there. I need God to do something with my life. I need some things going on. There's some things going on. I need God. Until we get ready to feel, we getting ready to pack Toonsboro out. Position yourself. Why? If it's happening in Toonsboro, that means that we got a lockdown on this atmosphere. We got a lockdown on this atmosphere. We praying here. We praying here. We ain't got no music. So we singing. And we got to go past the distraction. God is teaching us something. God is teaching us something. We having to leap out and ain't no distraction. So you get to hear and you get to you notice them devils. You notice the stuff that's going on. But and then we come out and we get in the car. And before it was about 9 something that night, probably about 9:30 that night. And we started at 6. We got in the car. And when we got in the car, we got a text from Carly. She said, we got the Holy Ghost tonight at prayer meeting. We went to thank God again. Said the nigga 9 years old. I said, this is a guy that I've been praying for being in and out of the hospital. And they said he got filled with the Holy Ghost Friday night while we was up. So then Umbrella called us and said, hey, we got one filled with the Holy Ghost. We said, yeah, we know. Who told you? I said, Carly already called us. Everybody just decided. I'm telling you, God is moving. We are taking over. I don't care what nobody else does. But I'm fixing it. I'm pressing to know him. I'm pressing to know him. I done had vision. I don't like them. But after it's over, boy, you say, woo, let me tell somebody what God. I first started this thing, I was so mad. Every time I looked, I didn't know God was preparing me. I had visions of demons. They would come and jump on my bed and hold me down. And I couldn't even say the name of Jesus. I had one hold me down and stiffed me up, and I had a cousin say, look. She said, demons torment you at night, take your Bible and put it at the foot of your bed. You won't have to worry about it no more. Amen. I took my Bible and I put it at the foot of my bed. And I'm a grown man and I'm sleeping with the light on. I flip the lights off with my bed. I got my Bible at the foot of the bed. All of a sudden something woke me up and I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I ain't flipping the light on. I turned the closet light on and I had the door open about that much. I said, got my Bible at the foot of the bed. You ain't coming against that word. All of a sudden something jumped on my bed, whoop, and my body froze. And I said, this devil is sitting on my Bible. And when he sat down, I couldn't even move. I got ready to say the name of Jesus. It's like he closed my mouth up. I couldn't say that. That's how fear hit you. So I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say it. I said, I'm going to say it through. I said, in the name of Jesus. I said it through. And when I did, my right hand came up. When my right hand came up, I said, I'm going to look at this devil. And I looked, the devil was sitting on my bed, and he was smiling back at me. I said, Lord, I'm tired of this. I said, I ain't having no kind of angels or nothing. I said, but they keep demons. Then I'm sitting in the warehouse with the job I was working. Everybody going to lunch, and I'm fasting. I'm chancing myself before God. And I'm in the warehouse, and I'm praying. And all of a sudden, I got the lights off, and the raptors. I said, they weren't doing that before I started praying. The doors in the back started shaking. I said, that devil trying to get me from stop praying. And I'm praying, and all of a sudden, he'll start coming toward me. And I hear a back foot dragging. And the closer it got to me, all of a sudden I could feel it get right on me. And I'm sitting by the door, and I just flipped all the lights on in the warehouse. All of a sudden I come up, I said, wait a minute. I said, God, I didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound. And that's all right, God damn. But let me tell you, you can put the Bible at the foot of your bed, you can anoint yourself with oil. But until you take authority and the power in the name of Jesus, they don't care nothing about the Bible. They don't care nothing about you saying, you got to have this thing in you. Then I sat here and I had a cousin that was passing away. She was dying. And I woke up and I was sitting on the couch reading my Bible. I woke up. And God had given it to you from, when you need it, he'll bring it to you. Come on, God. I seen a big old devil sitting on my couch, he had big old horns. And he was holding her in his hand. And when I seen it, something rage dropped up in me. This man here that's been running from demons. This man I was afraid, I walked over to the devil and I grabbed her out of his hand. It was in a vision. I said, in the name of Jesus, I command you to loose her. And she got up in the vision. We went to the hospital and she was and her eyes was rolling back in her head, and my cousin said, do you think if you done what was in your vision that she'll come back? I said, I don't know. But I went up in the hospital and I said, in the name of Jesus, I command you to let her go. When we got out of that house, before we left the hospital, she was singing. We had to go get her fish down. God was good. I'm telling you what, God had already showed me what was holy. And I'm telling you right now, you got to position yourself. You got to act upon it. Because I'm letting you know that the day you begin to chasten yourself, when we started this 40 days of prayer, you better believe that the devil is coming. You better believe that many adversaries. You better believe the powers of Atlanta and Decatur and Toonsboro. You better believe that in the atmosphere, the prince of this world. But he said, you got a prince, and your prince ain't the prince of this world. Somebody throw me a chair up here. I feel the Holy Ghost. The lady that I prayed for, that a hill park, She walked out and didn't even know she had left her cane. Didn't even know it. I helped her down the stairs outside and she left. She jumped up in the van. And her daughter, that God filled with the Holy Ghost, said, let me tell y'all something. My mom ain't walked in 2 years. 2 years. It was a struggle getting her in the van and getting her out of the van. It was a struggle for me to get her across the street. Where's your faith?
Amen.
Position yourself.
Yeah.
What do you mean position yourself?
Come on, pray and fast for her.
If God has told you that you're going to lay hands on the sick, He told you got a prophetic word, and you waiting to get this microphone to do it, you ain't positioning yourself. Go to Sandersville. Go to Toomsboro. Go down to Kroger's and stand in the parking lot and look for people to prophesy to. Go look at people in wheelchairs and just start laying hands. They ain't gonna get there. You got to start exercising that gift. You want them to get up? Start praying for them. I command you to get up in the name of Jesus. If they don't get up, oh yeah, you said, wait a minute, I look like a fool. That's what God wants you to look like a fool. Because He said it ain't about you, it's about me. You got to start moving in the Holy Ghost. Well, if they don't get up, everybody gonna talk about me. You just speak it. You start positioning yourself. Oh, you start going in the hospital. Start praying for sick folk and see what happens. You want to see miracle signs and wonders? Start moving in it. Position yourself for them.
Come on. Thank you, Jesus.
Daniel, from the day you did chasten yourself, he said, God heard you. But it was 21 days later when his answer came. While he was chastening himself, while he was fasting and praying 21 days, it ain't going to come immediately, some of y'all. But I'm telling you right now, God saw it from the first time. He saw it the first time. But the reason we ain't doing it because the stuff that we wearing around them, the stuff we talking around them, and what we doing around them. I thank God because, like I said, I ain't preaching holiness down there. I'm preaching salvation. I'm doing what God got me doing right now. But we are preaching holiness because my wife dressing the part. So they probably sitting around looking and say, well, wait a minute. Why is she wearing dresses? Why is she wearing spandex?
All right. Go ahead, preacher.
Why ain't she got on no makeup? Why is she wearing jewelry? Why is her hair not cut?
All right. Why?
They asking these questions while we praying.
Amen.
This is what's happening. They looking around and we're preaching it without preaching it.
Hey!
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Amen.
Woo! You say, I don't understand. We walked up to the bank, and the girl that works behind the counter came outside. She said, where's your wife? I said, my wife's out there in the car. She ran outside. She said, I miss you coming up here. And this is what she said. She said, I know that. She said, I miss you coming up here. You don't cut your hair. She said, with your little dresses on. We preaching it without preaching it. So you're in the world, but not of the world. You ain't got to, everybody, she don't walk out casual with this stuff on.
Come on, preacher.
And they sing all the time, every time. Go ahead, sing now.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, dress yourself.
Amen. Amen.
Hot shot.
Praise God. Praise.
That's what we're preaching.
Praise God.
Paul said that ye are our last epistles written in our hearts, written and known and read of all men. It's 66 books of the Bible, but when you obey those 66 books, you become book number 67. You're our last epistle. You don't go around telling people, I'm a Christian. No, they need to see it.
That's right. That's right. All
Oh,
right.
shut now, go.
All right.
I'm talking about anybody. I want y'all to stand up right now. I want somebody to start praising. I'm talking miracle signs and wonders. Miracle signs and wonders. Cool. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I want you to come in and good today. First person I want in this church. Anybody here got some faith? Anybody got faith? All y'all prayer warriors. Brother Otis got 2 daughters. Both of them got filled with the Holy Ghost last Monday night. Sister Camilla, both of her children got filled with the Holy Ghost last Monday night. What's the other sister's name that got the Holy Ghost? Got another sister that got the Holy Ghost. Lily, the Holy Ghost Monday night. I'm telling you, God is for these are children. And you said, wait a minute, I don't think he heard from God. What? Maybe I did, but I'm telling you, he moved me. Maybe I did, but we said, like I said, what's happening in Tillsboro ain't no name, ain't no church, except the Power Healing and Deliverance Ministry. My wife and I went down, and this lady is 89 years old. And she set herself to prayer. I preached years ago at my wife's mom's funeral. Years ago. And she praying. And she said, Lord, if you see Chris, I didn't know I was going. Here I go. We walked in her house. Sister Umbrella and all of us walked in her house and we began to pray. And she said, God sent you.
Yeah.
And she told me what was going to happen in Tillsboro. She said, we need a move of God. And she called her son. She said, he got a bunch of junk. He don't know what he ain't doing that with it. And she called him. We walked over in and we walked in the driveway and we was talking to him. He said, what make you want to come to Tillsboro? I said, souls, it ain't.
Right.
And we began to talk and I began to pray for him and tears began to run down his face. And while they're running down his face, he said, Tillsboro need Jesus. So they thought, you get to a place where you think, well, we talked, but ain't nothing going to amount to anything. I said, hey, Hyatt? He said, yes. I said, we're on our way to have church. I went up there on Thursday and I handwritten some flyers, but we ended up typing them out and colored them in. And we went around, my wife and I went around that neighborhood and we handed out 50 flyers. This right here was the day after Christmas. We handed out 50 flyers. They cooked chili and everything. Then all of a sudden, he's like, whoa, wait a minute, they serious about this thing. Then we began to have church. It wasn't enough to just talk about it, but we had to follow through. And we had church outside. Had a big fire out in the middle so people could keep warm. And God began to move. We saw people being healed, filled with the Holy Ghost the first night. Now I'm telling you right now, the little building we got, it ain't going to hold all the folks. Especially that hallway, it definitely ain't going to hold it. But they got enough rooms, I probably have to walk and preach from room to room. Probably do something I ain't never done in my life, but I'm going to do it. Amen. Not only that, when we get a chance, take some of us back. And we're going, and I'm telling you, we're going to take over this little demonic town. And we're going to take over Atlanta. We're going to take over. Palm said, wait a minute, you need to take over Atlanta first. Let me tell you something. We got enough folks here in Atlanta. If y'all hit them streets, I'm telling you right now, I won't have to hit. I can go to Tewksboro, bring them on back here. Feel God. We got enough people right here that we can spread this God. Well, you need to take care of home first. Ain't that what I'm doing?
All right. That's right. Amen.
Ain't no excuse. We got enough word in this place to choke a mule.
All right.
I listen to some of these guys around here speaking in tongues and prophesying to some of these women. It's time to put this thing to use. It's time to position yourself. It's time to, I'm telling you right, there is no excuse for this place not to be packed to the rim. No excuse. Oh, yes, there is an excuse. Is you done lost your first love. You done lost your zeal. You done lost when you first got it, you want to tell everybody about it. Oh, but now you're finding problems with the past. Paul said, when I first come to you, you would have plucked out an eye for me. Now that I preach the truth, he said, you want to stone me. I'm sorry that God is taking me to another dimension. I want y'all to say, I'm sorry that God is taking me to another dimension. I'm sorry that God is taking me to another level. The first person I want to pray for in this place is Sister Linda Brown. Just come sit in this chair. Go. I don't even want nobody to help her to the chair. I want her to find her way. I want you to start thanking Jesus the whole way. Thank you.